touched the epitome. It became the highest. So they talk about in the terms of Atma. So Upanishadic culture, it's a great culture. When it was translated and went into the West, people were astonished at the great sayings of these Upanishad seers. So there is one Upanishad called Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It's a big one. It belongs to Yajurveda. Chandogya Upanishad belongs to Samaveda. And then another Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, a beautiful Upanishad, and belongs to Yajurveda. Now, let us see the greatness of this Upanishads. When you look at these Upanishads, you see that the culture of the people is reflected in this. Whenever you see a literature or a language, you see how the culture is posted in it. For example, in our language, that is in Tamil language, to denote the third person singular, you have two forms, avan, avar. But when you go to English, you got only one form, he. He may be avan or he may be avar. So our culture means addressing a man with respect. Addressing a man in all friendliness. Two forms. So when you see a language, you can understand the culture. When you see the literature, you can very well understand the culture. So these Upanishad sayings convey a lot of things to the world. They do not belong to a particular religion, particular country. They belong to the entire world. That is why Upanishads are extolled by these great people. Now, Taittiriya Upanishad, it's a great Upanishads, belongs to Yajurveda. It has a lot of things, a lot of beautiful things in it. Say, the approach in the Upanishads is always twofold. That is later taken into the literature. That is, seeing it as it is. It is called Stula approach, gross approach. Another approach is called Sukshma approach, psychic approach. See it as it is. That is Stula. Then see the principle behind it. That is called Sukshma. In later language, later criticism, they call it Vachya and Vyangya. That is, the plain meaning and then the hidden meaning. So this is called Stula approach and Sukshma approach. See, you see a word. The Taittiriya Upanishad says about it. You see a word. And the word has a meaning. You see a word that is Stula. For example, father, F-A-T-H-E-R, or Pita. You see the word that is Stula. But it has got a meaning in it. That is called Sukshma. Stula is that which is seen. Sukshma is that which is understood. You cannot see the Sukshma. You can see a fruit, but you cannot see the taste. You can only feel it. So there are two things in the world, that is Stula and Sukshma. The Upanishad says a word is Stula in its form, but its meaning is Sukshma. Okay. See, the whole world is a word only if it has a meaning. So the word is like a body and the meaning is like a soul. When the soul is associated with the body, it can move about in the world. So it is called a word only if it conveys some meaning. This meaning is the soul. The word is the body. Okay. Let us take a word. The Upanishads divide the word into two parts. The earlier part and the following part. Says the earlier part is like a mother. The following part is like the father. And the meaning is like the child. Beautifully it puts. See, for example, you take a word, say, father. Father. Fa is like mother. Dar is like father. And the meaning is like the child. Father, mother, child. So when you look at this approach, you can see that this particular system, that is the family, seeing things as a family, father, mother, child. This family was recognized even in the period of Taittiriya Upanishads. Then, the Upanishads extolled learning and teaching. I told you, there are many approaches to God. An approach is called Vidya. 32 approaches are taken into consideration. This one, an approach. That is, a sage Maudgalya says, come on, learn as long as you live. Life learning. And you teach the people what all you have learned. So life study and life teaching is the best form of tapas. This is according to Maudgalya Maharshi. It is found in the Taittiriya Upanishads. This learning, studying is called Swadhyaya. This teaching is called Pravachana. And Swadhyaya and Pravachana should continue till you end your life. Swadhyaya Pravachanaye Vedinako Maudgalya Tadditapaha. It is the tapas. It is the best form of tapas. So Upanishad says your life should be based on tapas. Learning is a tapas. Teaching is a tapas. So make life a form of penance. Life without penance is meaningless, concludes the Upanishads. Okay. And then, why should we do tapas? Because tapas leads you to the higher form of life. And from the animal instinct, man should go high. He should go up. This tapas helps you to go up in your life. In other words, the aim of our life is mukti, is liberation. The aim of our life is mukti. And how to attain mukti? Do tapas. Tapas is the path and mukti is the goal. I repeat, tapas is the path and mukti is the goal. That's what all the Upanishads emphasize. Liberation. The concept of liberation. Upanishads talk about this liberation at the metaphysical level. What do you mean by liberation? Liberation from birth and death. So, Upanishads talk about the concept of liberation. When you lead a life of austerity, when you lead a life of tapas, when you lead a life of penance, some ethical undertones are required. A teacher tells a student like this: speak truth always, satyam vada. Follow dharma, dharmam chara. Then, don't deviate from swadhyaya. Don't never deviate. And then, don't leave out satya, even forgetfully. Don't leave out dharma, forgetfully. Satyanna pramaditavyam, dharmanna pramaditavyam. Okay. Then, you should not forget to do deva karyas and pitru karyas. Deva pitru karya bhyanna pramaditavyam. Treat your mother as God. Matar devo bhava. Treat your father as God. Pitru devo bhava. Treat your teacher as God. Acharya devo bhava. It goes one step further. Treat the guest who comes to your house as God. Atiti devo bhava. So when you lead a life of austerity, all these things should be followed. Then the life becomes meaningful. When the tapas becomes enlightenment, when the tapas becomes fruitful, liberation comes to you. So, the Upanishadic culture aims at liberation. It says, what is liberation? To realize that Atma is equal to Brahman. That is, what is within is what is without. And then there is no problem. There is no birth again. This is the clarion call of the Upanishads. So, the entire Upanishad teaching can be capsuled in a Shanti Pata of the Upanishads. Satoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. That is, lead us from non-existence to existence. Asatoma Sadgamaya. Lead us from darkness to light. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. And lead us from death to immortality. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. That immortality is liberation. So, our culture aims at liberation. That's the greatness of the Upanishad culture. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.